Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the most feared kids in U.S. prisons. And before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that noti bell so you never miss an upload on this channel. We got 3 videos a day, dropping every single day, and we've been on a roll we haven't missed. So I know you guys enjoy the content, so hit that noti bell so you never miss a video. And if you enjoy my reactions, head over to my main reaction channel, BERTO Archives. We also got daily videos over there as well, 2 to 3 videos a day every single day. So again, we're on a roll, we grinding, we getting to it. And with that being said, let's get right into the video, man. Let's go.
Day 3 after murdering somebody.
What the hell?
This is Sierra Halseth and her boyfriend Aaron Guerrero, laughing
Right off the
and
rip,
joking,
huh?
while on the run for a horrific crime they had committed just days prior. In 2021, 16-year-old Sierra Halseth had begun dating 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero, but within weeks of dating, problems began to emerge. Sierra's parents were divorced, but they both agreed she needed to break up with Aaron, which is what Sierra told her parents she did. But a few weeks after this, Sierra's dad, Daniel, went missing, failing to show up for work or answer any phone calls, leading to Sierra's mother, Elizabeth, reporting Daniel missing.
He's been missing for 2 days. His work's called, his family's called, I've called, his ex-wife's called, and there's nobody answering the phone. I know there's something very wrong going on here.
Daniel's friends went to his house to check on him, which is when they made a shocking discovery.
There's a dead body in the garage we just found.
Daniel's life had been taken with a blade, and he had been partially burned. His car was also missing, as was his teenage daughter, Sierra. Police immediately began investigating, and before long found this eerie surveillance camera footage showing Sierra and her boyfriend, Aaron, purchasing a circular saw, lighter fluid,
Whoa! What the hell?
bleach, gloves, and a drop cloth, items that were used to end Daniel's life. Despite the crime taking place in Las Vegas, Sierra and Aaron had actually fled to Utah. They had stolen Daniel's credit card, making it easy for police to trace their location.
Stupid. But I mean, what else do you expect? These are literally the most, they should have titled this the dumbest and most feared kids in U.S. prison.
But while on the run, Sierra and Aaron recorded a haunting video where they laughed and joked around about what they'd just done.
Day 3 after murdering.
Hell no. That laugh in any other context is an innocent giggle from a little girl. But just because of the context, it is so sinister. Listen to that, y'all. She's twacked out.
Recorded a haunting video where they laughed and joked around about what they'd just done.
Day 3 after murdering somebody.
Whoa! Don't put that on camera.
According to the autopsy, Daniel had 70 knife wounds, which makes this cheerful video even more sinister. Soon after it was filmed, Utah police swooped in, arresting Sierra and Aaron, who had been driving her father's car. The couple pleaded guilty to murder, arson, and theft, and were sentenced to 22 years to life in prison. In court, Aaron did apologize,
How old is Shorty?
while Sierra showed no remorse, making her one of the most feared kids in US prison. But an even scarier
I wonder what, like, and I don't even mean to think this way, but is she just a lunatic, or was there something else going on, man? Because to the amount of wounds that they said he had, that was like 70 something. That's hate on a different level. That's just evil. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, man? Hell nah.
kid couple in US prison is Travis O'Brien and Nicole Jackson. On June 1st, 2021, 12-year-old Travis O'Brien and 14-year-old Nicole Jackson had an insane shootout with Florida police.
Put the guns out now!
Travis and Nicole had been staying at a home for troubled kids, which is when one day they broke into a neighboring house and unfortunately found the homeowner's firearms: 2 shotguns, an AK-47, and a handgun. The 2 kids then took the guns outside, and when cops arrived, Nicole said to Travis, "I'm going to roll this down like GTA." Nicole and Travis then began firing shots towards the cops, causing police to duck for cover. Because of their age, police decided not to shoot back.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. You shooting at me with an AK-47, I'm right back, my nigga, no cap. Got me fucked up. Tell me if I'm tripping, chat. What y'all doing?
The police were terrified, with one officer praying things wouldn't go badly.
Don't
Let me do this. Don't do this.
After a 30-minute
Man.
shootout, the kids surrendered, with Travis walking out with his hands
Thank
up.
God.
Rescue's right here at the community center. I had them. Get your hands up! Stop talking.
When Travis was read his charges, he seemed
Oh my
remarkably
God.
calm.
You're also charged with a
Bro, the thing about this shit, you know, now granted, this kid might just be an absolute insane, evil child. But it's like, sometimes I just want to believe these kids for some reason think life is a game. Like, he probably don't even understand the gratification of what the fuck you just did, bro. What are you doing? Man, you know what? But I ain't even gonna justify that, even attempt to justify that shit. This is unacceptable on all levels. You know right from wrong at this age. This is crazy. Oh my God.
attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer.
Many pointed out that he looks like a kid in school sitting in the principal's office,
Yeah!
when in reality, he had just tried to end several cops' lives. In 2023, Travis O'Brien, who was then 13, was sentenced to 8 years in prison, meaning he'll be out when he's 21.
He's so young.
And Nicole, who was then 15, was sentenced to 20 years in prison, meaning she'll be locked up until she's 35 years old. You may think Travis and Nicole are bad, but they've got nothing on these
Oh my God, these niggas look like fucking weirdos.
two kids.
Especially this one over here, the blonde one.
This is Willard Miller and Jeremy Goodale. In 2022, these two 16-year-olds from Iowa were given a bad grade by their Spanish teacher Nohema Graber. In response to this, Willard and Jeremy hatched an evil plan. The teens waited in a park, where they knew Miss Graber walked every day after school. They then used a baseball bat to end her life, and
Oh my
used
God!
a wheelbarrow to move and hide her body. Disturbingly, Willard and Jeremy planned the entire thing on Snapchat, documenting exactly how they took
This is my point. What do y'all think this is a fucking video game or something? You documented the whole thing on Snapchat? Did you think you were gonna get cool points for that? Yo, are y'all out of your goddamn minds? Clearly.
Miss Graber's
Clearly.
life. Unsurprisingly, the teens were not criminal masterminds, and were soon arrested for what they'd
Surprisingly.
done. In court, they said Miss Graber's low grades were lowering their GPAs, so to help their chances of getting into college, they decided to end her life. To normal people, this seems insane, but in court, they showed almost no remorse. Willard Miller was sentenced to 35 years to life, while Jeremy Goodale was sentenced to 25 years to life. Some said these sentences were harsh, as they were only 16 at the time.
No. At 16, you know what the fuck you were doing. You beat somebody with a baseball bat. You know how, like, I mean, I guess you could hit somebody one good time and they'll be gone. But to beat someone to death with a baseball bat, that is, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty, it's pretty gruesome, no?
But in the words of the judge, evil does not have a birthday. But two
Facts.
boys who are even more evil are the Beaver brothers. In July 2015, 19-year-old Robert Beaver and his 17-year-old brother Michael committed
They
a
look
crime
younger
that
than
shook
that.
the nation. The two brothers wanted to become famous killers, so hatched a plan to end their entire family's lives. Using knives, they first ended the life of their mother April, before doing the same to their father David. Out of Robert and Michael,
How? Like, I don't know what the lifestyle situation is, but how do you go from a family photo like this? Come on, man. For real? I just can't even begin to understand this bullshit, bro.
two survived. Crystal, who of their mother April, before doing the same to their father David. Out of Robert and Michael's 5 younger siblings, only 2 survived. Crystal, who was injured but lived, and Autumn, who was not harmed. Robert and Michael fled the scene, but using a canine unit, police soon tracked them down. Both brothers were given a life sentence. The family's home was
Is he smiling? Is he fucking smiling?
both brothers were given a life sentence.
What is this? This doesn't. It looked like he's
The
almost
family's
smirking.
home was knocked down and made into a memorial for the family. While in prison, Robert tried to end a guard's life, making him one of the most feared teens in US prison. But someone
God.
even scarier than these brothers might be Alyssa Bustamante. Everyone thought Alyssa was a normal 15-year-old girl from Missouri. That was until October 21st,
It always be in these odd, weird ass states, bro. No offense if you're from Missouri, but you know, it's just like these seem to be like the hubs for Crazy shit.
2009, she lured her 9-year-old neighbor Elizabeth Alton into the woods before using a blade to end her life. She was soon arrested, and when Alyssa told police why she did this, they were stunned, with Alyssa saying she did it for the thrill of killing. On her MySpace profile, she listed killing people as one of her hobbies. After her crime, she wrote in her diary, "I just killed someone. Now they're dead. I don't know how to feel at the moment." Despite only being 15, Alyssa was tried as an adult and was sentenced to 60 years to life, meaning Alyssa will never see the outside world again.
Worth it? Come on, man. Oh my god.
Another very scary teen girl in prison is Heavenly Arroyo. When Heavenly was only 15 years old, she ended the life of Ana Vasquez Rodriguez, who was her great-uncle's girlfriend. Heavenly had been living with her great-uncle and Anna for some time, but Heavenly and Anna would often argue. On October 6, 2019, Heavenly waited until her great-uncle had left the house, and then ended Anna's life using a pair of scissors, all while Anna's grandson was gaming in the next room, totally unaware of what was going on. Heavenly then tried to cover up the crime, disposing of her clothing, and telling police a masked man had broken in and taken Anna's life. But security camera footage caught Heavenly disposing of her clothing, leading to her prompt arrest. In court, she smiled and flicked her hair, showing absolutely zero remorse. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 19 years to life, but it's unlikely she will ever be released. But an even younger killer is Eric.
Oh my god, this nigga look like fucking Chucky.
Smith. On August 2nd,
At
1993, in Savona, New York, 13-year-old Eric Smith encountered 4-year-old Derek Roby. Eric convinced Derek to follow him into the woods. Once in the woods, Eric began his attack, ending Derek's life with a rock. After a few hours, Derek was reported as missing, leading to a massive search, where Derek's body was found later that day. Police began their investigation, initially looking for an adult, but a week later, Eric confessed his crime to his mother, who then had to turn in her own son. Despite him being 13, he was tried as an adult. He was sentenced to 9 years to life, and was released in 2022, after spending 27 years behind.
Really? What's the condition of this nigga now? Is he crazy? Or is this just a insane scenario of a child letting his intrusive thoughts just take a hold of him? Whoa. That's crazy. Somebody please give me the update on this guy.
Behind bars. However, many say because of what he did, he should never have been released. But
he was so young. I don't want to justify it, but 13, bro? Oh my god. I don't know.
One kid who will never be released is Lionel Tate. Lionel is the youngest person ever sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. In 1999, when he was 13 years old, he was babysitting his 6-year-old cousin Tiffany Unick. Lionel had been watching pro wrestling on TV and decided to try some of those moves on Tiffany, leading to serious injuries which ended her life. Lionel was found guilty, and
this one hits a little different, I ain't gonna lie, because while he is an idiot, this doesn't feel like it was intentional, right? I guess, I don't know. So why did he got life with no parole? There was nothing they could have, I don't know, man. I don't know. Out of everyone on this list, it feels like he didn't mean to.
And was given life in prison without parole. But this was later overturned in 2004. But just 1 year later, Lionel was sent back to prison, this time for armed robbery of a Domino's pizza. Lionel was given a 40-year sentence, and he's still in prison today, meaning he's been locked up since he was 13 years old, except for that one short year of freedom he had. Finally, we have to look at Corey Smith. In 2011,
this kid from the I thought this was fake. I thought it was AI or some shit. No.
Corey Smith's mugshot went viral. He had been arrested for a DUI for the 5th time. Many people, including cops, thought he was a kid, but he turned out to be 29 years old. His license was taken away for 4 years, and he was sentenced to 10 months in jail. But his mugshot continues to go viral online to this day. Do you think kids should ever get life sentences or not? Tell me.
Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I want to see the answer to this question from y'all's perspective. Me personally, I think it's a case-by-case thing. I think there just needs to be a universal rule where every case is studied very specifically, and yeah, because in the scenario of that black kid, where it would seem to be genuinely an accident, that last one, I feel like he didn't deserve life. You know, now I don't really know what he deserved. You know, you kill somebody, even by accident. I don't know. I think I asked this in a different video, but like when you genuinely do something like that by accident, do you have to go to jail? Like, is it 100%? Like a crazy example, like if I'm driving in a car and some maniac, it's not even my fault. I'm literally driving in a straight line. It's 100%, you know, I'm in the right of way and somebody just jumps in front of my car. Boom. You know, let me knock on, because I don't want that to happen to me or anybody watching this video or anyone at all. That sounds terrible. But, and they unfortunately pass. Would I be held guilty for that? Can somebody please explain that to me in the comment section? I really want to know. But with that being said, another great, interesting video. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the I'm fumbling my way. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Send your recommendations for more of content like this to my IG. Link to that will be in the description. Oh my gosh, why am I fumbling my words so much? I'm sorry, y'all. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Where you at?
Where you at, Berto?